The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Doug in New Jersey. Hey, Doug, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
Absolutely.
That's
my job.
There you go, man.
Tom, I just got your new book, and got to say, anybody who does technical analysis has got to buy your book. And further, it's the biggest bargain on the face of the earth, and, people will just throw money at anything. But I would only suggest that people have got to read it. It's a must-read.
I appreciate it.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great 4th of July. Let's make it a great week and a great month, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all the love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you make it your goal to adore your own body and accept yourself completely, you're learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 12, NASDAQ up 9, S&P's off $1.50. Gold contract up $32, trading at $1,515 an ounce. Silver up $1.81 at $35.52. Platinum up $20 at $1,742 an ounce. Copper up 3.5 pennies at $4.33 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.88, trading out at $96.83. Gas up 3 pennies at $4.35. Bonds up 26, trading out at $123.10. Dollar index up 41 ticks at $74.98. The euro was down 11 at 144, and the yen was up 25 at 81.05. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have out here? Okay, so last week, monster week. You come off that bottom. We go from the 1280, 1337. We get up there, even on Friday, it was 800 million shares. We did 900 million today. You're going against, folks, we're going against the May 31st level, which is the 1345.20. That level there is where we came in with monster volume on the way topside, and that's what we're testing out here today. Now, the test is 900 million versus 1.5 billion. That doesn't fly. What does that say? Well, let's go over to the SPY first. You take a look at the SPY. What we did is this. SPY gets to a price point today of 134.08. We're at 134.10 on Friday. We did 158 million versus 202 versus 233. So can it go test 2 more pennies? Yes, it can. That's in the SPY because the actual test would be 134.10. We go to the Dow Industrials. You take a look at the Dow Industrials. What we did with the Dow Industrials out here, she got over the highs, closed underneath them, meaning we got over the 12,596 level. We got the 12,601. That's saying, now, number one, you get over that, you failed. You also got over the 12,574, which was the high volume day. So you have a failure right there. Now, how we come down off of this is going to be crucial, and this is why. The market and the Dow, let's just talk about the Dow right now. We went from 12,876 in May. We go straight down to 11,800. Not the end of the world, but, 1,000 points straight down. You do a counter trend bounce. You got into the day that we were looking to get into, meaning the 31st. How we come back into these lower levels are going to be crucial. You have an expansion with volume. What that's setting up is that the Dow wants to get into the March 16th levels, which, by the way, the Dow didn't get into that March 16th level. The S&Ps got into it. The NASDAQ actually broke it. Well, let's go to the NASDAQ right now. So if we look at the NASDAQ composite, what we did with the composite is this. NASDAQ composite, she's up $9 today. We did volume out here of 1.5 billion, and the price point that she's trying to get to, which is the 31st, which is 2835. We got to 2828. Didn't quite make it. I suspect they're still going to try to bang it out there. So we did $1.5 billion. Now, that $1.5 billion, we talk about supply and demand, was going into $2.5 billion. So you're $1 billion shot coming into that level. That's telling me it's not going to make it also. And you got to remember something. The composite had gone from the 28.87 May 2nd and busted the bottom at 25.99. Now, when it busted, it didn't have enough strength to stay down there. Why? Because it was straight down the whole way. We look at the 3Qs. What we did with the 3Qs out here today, did 42 million shares. That's going into 47 million shares. That's going into 67 million. The price point, you're at 58.20. It's the 58.36 that wants to get tagged. Right now, we hit 58.26 today. Now, let's go over and we take a look at the gold market. Gold had a nice acceleration last night, actually, meaning that our markets were closed on Monday, but certainly the gold market wasn't. So, we're at 15.15. You did 126,000 contracts. That is still not enough juice to get through this downdraft. The downdraft, well, there's two separate downdrafts. The downdraft I'm talking about only right here was from the 23rd of June. That's where we came down with 238,000 contracts. It's going up into that level. I suspect we're going to tag this 15.26 area. You did the 15.16 right up here, and we'll see whether they can get enough juice. So there's a huge amount of resistance at these levels. And that resistance is not only from the 23rd and the 24th. It goes all the way back to the highs in the gold market, how we came down off the 1577 mark. We go take a look at bonds. Now, this one's the one that gets really wild, and this is why. Bonds came off the highs last week with a vengeance, right? You know, so bond market, we went from a 30-year 127 bond straight down to 122. We get down there, and that was the first level that really had some support underneath it. We've gone sideways since then. I suspect what you're going to see is that the bond market's going to make another lunge for this 125.11 price point. We'll see how it shakes and bakes. There's certainly not a sign of strength out here today. It was up 20 ticks. You did 249,000 contracts. Nothing heavy there. But you have to build a small base first in order to get up into those levels. Why? Because we came down so fast off of those levels. If you go look at the TLT, what the TLT, now this is the 20-year iShares, well, what the TLT did is that when it came into a low on the June 30th, you did 11 million shares versus 24 million. So that's saying the TLT also wants to bounce, and that bounce can be right back to the highs. It's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out, no doubt. Let's go take a look at some of the well, the reason it's going to be so wild, too, folks, is that it's counterintuitive that you think that rates are still going to go down when, in fact, QE2 is over. But you know what? The bottom line is that there's a huge amount of money out there, and it's looking for homes. And as the market pulls back, it gets much faster running into the bond market. When things get, you know, people are thinking, hey, I just want my principal back. Some of the high-volume stocks we had out here today, you had Intel down 9. You had Pfizer up 3. We had Wells Fargo down 25. Level 3 Communications was down 4. You had J.P. Morgan Chase down 55. Let's go over to the XLF. Now, the XLF, the reason we're going over there, that's all the banking sector. XLF today, down 14 cents. Not that that's a huge amount. It's not. But what you have here is that this is a vehicle that came straight down from 1720 to 1463. It's having a tough time getting through 120 million downdraft day of June 1st. So that number there that you want to watch closely is 1579. If we go take a look at J.P. Morgan Chase, when you take a look at J.P. Morgan Chase, what you have, lows 35, the highs 48, paying a 2.5% dividend. Now, this equity here, I think is, you know, one of the best financial ones out there, okay? And this is still having a hard time. So this is telling you, in general, this sector is having a hard time. You know, this equity went straight down from 47 to 39. If we go take a look at BAC, which absolutely is a disaster, BAC's got big problems. BAC went straight down from $15 to $10.40. we'll see whether she can build a base bouncing along this bottom out here. Citigroup, we went to Citigroup. We take a look at Citigroup. She, of course, did that 10-for-1 split, reverse split, 1-for-10 reverse split. And she came straight down from 51 into the 37 area. She's made it back to 42. She is going to also have a tough time getting into this 44.30 mark. Europe, we take a look at Europe out here. This is what we did with Europe today. We had the CAC Carreau in France. That was off 0.5%. FTSE was up 0.1%. The DAX in Germany was basically flat. Last night in Asia, what you had is on Sunday night, well, it'll be their Monday, our Sunday night. If we look at the Hang Seng, had a nice day. Hang Seng had closed at 22,300, gets into the 23,800. We'll see whether she can get any more juice going at this particular point, because she absolutely, that was still a counter-trend bounce. We had started out at 24,400 and comes down to 21,000. We take a look at, you had 3M was down 53 today. J.P. Morgan Chase was off 55. Caterpillar was down 19. Exxon was off 41. And what you're going to be seeing, basically in the next 3-4 weeks, okay? We went from a situation that Greece was the news out here on a continual basis. Well, intraday today, now S&Ps and Moody's have turned the news feature into Portugal. Portugal government bond rating was cut to junk today, and that, I suspect you're going to have Portugal, you're going to have Spain. They're back on the agenda. Maybe Ireland's back on the agenda. That's where a lot of this is going to basically drive interest rates. And as soon as that happened, folks, what we had is our own U.S. dollar that popped, and it popped pretty good too. The U.S. dollar at that particular point, she was trading down to 47.70. She pops into the 47.94 area. I mean, market-wise, the bottom line is that the market has a really tough time getting into higher price as the dollar wants to get to higher price. The correlation is a direct correlation. And, our own U.S. dollar, if we take a look at it back from 2000 all the way to at this particular point, we've come from $121 index, and we hit a low. The low in the dollar, folks, was March of 2008. Well, you know what? We're dealing with July of 2011. If you listen to some of these commercials, you'd think that, the dollar is at the end of the world. Well, the bottom line, the dollar is 4 points higher than the actual low. And is it going to break it? My take is it's not going to break it. It might take, actually, that it wants to run into 89 and more than likely start marching up to this 95 area. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, here's Breakout Investing with your host, Ken Shreve.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ken Shreve with you. Welcome to another edition of Breakout Investing on the TFNN Radio Network. The number to use to talk to me is 877-927-6648. 877-927-6648. Give me a call. You want to talk about a individual stock, what's going on in this market, whatever's on your mind. Go ahead and give me a call. Just a reminder, my show airs every Tuesday and Thursday at TFNN from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm on Channel 1 in Tiger TV on the homepage of TFNN.com. That way, when I'm talking about an individual stock chart, you can see the chart right there on Channel 1 in Tiger TV. You can also get my show anytime on iTunes. Just go to iTunes and you can do a search for Breakout Investing with Ken Shreve. And another way to listen to all TFNN programming is with your smartphone. Just type in tfnn.mobi and you can listen to the stream 24/7, tfnn.mobi. I launched my Ultimate Growth Stocks newsletter and model portfolio in late April at TFNN.com. I currently have 12 stocks in my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. It's Tuesday. That means the latest update to my newsletter came out earlier today. I publish once a week with email buy and sell alerts in between. And I have been fairly active in recent weeks filling out the portfolio. I think my model portfolio at one time was down to 5 or 6 stocks. That's back up to 12 now, and have some good outperformance going. So be sure to check out a free 2-week trial to Ultimate Growth Stocks right on the homepage of TFNN.com. You can click on the Newsletters tab right at the top of the page, then click on Investment Newsletters, and you'll see Ultimate Growth Stocks. You'll also see me right in the carousel there on the homepage as well. All right, turning to today's market, not too bad a day, really. We had a recent headline. What was it, maybe a hour ago? Portugal downgraded Portugal's long-term government bond ratings to junk. They may, in fact, need another round of financing. No real surprise there, but stocks did, sell off slightly on that news. But about 50 minutes left to go in Tuesday's session. We have the Dow down about 7 points, not too bad at all, to 12,575. The Nasdaq outperforming nicely, up nearly 8 points. 0.3% to 2823, and the S&P 500 down a little more than 1 point to 1338. So an entirely constructive session for the market today. Not much volume. Volume was very light Friday on the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq. Nasdaq volume on Friday was close to 1.6 billion shares. Remember, its average daily volume these days is around 1.9 billion in that area. Volume on the New York Stock Exchange Friday was around 840 million shares, also below average. Looks like volume today on both exchanges going to come in pretty close, maybe a little bit below Friday's light levels. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. Gold for August delivery had a good day today. Rose $30.10 or 2% to finish at $1,512.70 an ounce on the COMEX division of the New York Mercantile Exchange. Let's go ahead and pull up the GLD, which I like to do at the start of each show, and you can see the GLD here. Currently trading up close to 2% to 147.61. Still stuck underneath its 50-day moving average, so you can see a good gap up today for the GLD. Let's see if it can get back above the 50-day moving average. August silver, also a good day, up $1.70 or about 5% to $35.41 an ounce. And we can check the SLV, iShares Silver Trust, and see what that looks like. Certainly a lot of technical damage done to gold and silver in recent weeks. Silver has been below its 50-day moving average for several weeks now. It also gapped up today. The SLV, again, up about 5% to 34.65, still below its 50-day moving average as well. Oil had a good day, up $1.95 or 2.1% to 96.89 a barrel. I'm on record and feel pretty comfortable saying that I really don't expect oil prices to head meaningfully higher anytime soon. We'll be range bound. I think that I think we could probably trade. The 200-day moving average is down around $85 a barrel, so we'll probably trade in a range, say, I don't know, 85 up to maybe $100 a barrel. I don't really see anything anything more than $100 a barrel. So oil, good day today, up close to $2 to 96.89 a barrel. All right, let's take a look at a chart of the Nasdaq and just talk about the general market for a moment. We'll pull up a chart of the Nasdaq here. And like I said, it's a pretty constructive day for the market. Typically a negative Eurozone headline about a debt downgrade would cause problems for the market. But again, pretty muted response to that news. The Nasdaq Composite, like I said, it's approaching a pretty key level of resistance here at 28.35. There's a chance it could just blow right through there and break out. It's not likely we're going to see a big rush of trading volume. If that happens, it would be nice to see. The other scenario I see taking shape is perhaps a little bit of shakeout right here. So, and that tends to happen as an index or a stock approaches a key area of resistance. And again, for the NASDAQ, it's 2835. What you tend to see happen is a little bit of shakeout going on, where sellers get shaken out. You'd like to see that happen in light volume. You don't want to see a violent, heavy volume shakeout, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I mean, you can see the NASDAQ is up about 8% or so off its June 16th intraday low. It's up working on 6 days in a row here. No one would be surprised to see a little profit taking, and that could happen right around this potential resistance layer at 2835. The S&P 500 is in a similar situation. It also is approaching a key price level here at 1345. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a shakeout here. Hopefully it's short in duration. It does not go down real deep. I think it's going to be fairly mild if selling does come into the market. And if it's not, I think it will be healthy. We've come up a lot over a short amount of time, and I think it's really only a matter of time before the S&P 500 and NASDAQ take out these resistance levels. Now, the one caveat is that we have the jobs report on Friday, which could be a potential issue for the market. I'd like to look at the glass as half full here and think that we're going to get a pretty good number. I really don't have any idea, unfortunately. I know the expectations are for job growth in the 80,000 area, which is far below what you really want to see in a healthy economy. But payrolls are expected to be up about 80,000. The unemployment rate's not expected to do anything. That's going to stay at 9.1%. So that is obviously the next big catalyst for the market. And then, of course, we have earnings season starting next week. Alcoa, ticker AA on the New York Stock Exchange, reports on Monday. So earnings season kicks off next week, and then the jobs report on Friday. So we'll see. We definitely have some upcoming catalysts, and let's hope that we can keep this rally going, because absolutely positively a lot of stocks have been moving lately, and that has been good news for many portfolios out there. Pretty quiet week of economic data this week. Outside of the jobs report this Friday, earlier today we saw that factory orders for May rose 0.8%. That was a little bit below expectations, but not too bad. In April, orders fell 0.9%, so that was an improvement. And again, the factory orders were up 0.8%. This time around, it was just slightly below expectations of a 1% rise. Another news today, shares of General Motors outperformed nicely. Let's go ahead and get a quote here for General Motors, see what that stock is doing today. They had pretty good news about car sales in China. You can see GM is still a technically troubled stock. If you've been watching and listening to my show for the several weeks that I've been on now, I tend to look at stocks that are trading much closer to 52-week highs. GM's price performance lately has been miserable. You can see it did climb above its 50-day moving average today, but shares are having a good day, up about 1% or so to 3090. Company said car sales in China rose 5.3% in the first half of the year to record levels. Overall, GM and its local China ventures sold 1.27 million vehicles since the start of this year. Sales in June alone reached an all-time high of almost 194,000 cars and trucks. That's almost up 10% from a year earlier. So shares of GM benefiting on that news. Let's also take a look at Peabody Energy, BTU, on the New York Stock Exchange. That stock is outperforming nicely, up a little over 2% today to $60.72. News is that the Mongolian government has selected a group of companies, including Peabody Energy, to develop the Tavan Tolgoi coal mine, one of the world's largest unexplored coking coal reserves. The mine has an estimated 6.4 billion metric tons of coking coal reserve. So BTU has come off its lows nicely over the past few weeks, back above its 50-day moving average. Still not the type of stock I would be looking at here. I would like to see this one build a base. If it does, it's going to have really a long way back to its former highs around 73, 74. Again, shares trading around 60, 72. It's still got quite a ways to go to get back up to where it was trading back in March and April. Meanwhile, shares of Pfizer were mostly unchanged around 2073. Take a look at Pfizer. That's PFE on the New York Stock Exchange. Shares of Pfizer unchanged now at $20.75. Not too bad considering the news that came out earlier today that its drug Chantix, used to help cigarette smokers basically give up smoking, has been linked to a 72% increase in the risk of heart problems, including stroke and congestive heart failure, according to a report published Monday in the Canadian Medical Association Journal. So a couple of headlines today. Again, overall, a pretty constructive day for the market. I think the Dow had its best week last week in about 2 years. I think it was. Indexes up 5-6%, something like that. So to see stocks falling mildly, no volume behind the declines, I mean, that's about as good as it gets. Again, we have come up a long way over a short amount of time since the lows of June 16th, so I would not be surprised at all to see a little bit of a pullback here. Any pullback that we get, I think, is just going to be a healthy, normal occurrence inside of a market uptrend. Really not seeing convincing signs that institutions are moving money in with a vengeance from the sidelines. I do think that's going to happen at some point this year, but maybe we get a little bit of a pullback here. And then that would just set the stage for another rally. Growth screens are looking swell. We'll get into some nice movers today when we come back. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. To help you celebrate your trading independence during the month of July, we are offering you a unique opportunity to get all of the TFNN outstanding products at a substantial discount and to receive access to an exclusive webinar that you can only get with this offer. If you purchase Tiger Dollars during July, you will automatically be registered to attend my live webinar at no extra charge. During this one-day webinar, you'll spend 5 hours in the TFNN virtual classroom learning the 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader. The live one-day webinar, 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader, will be held on Monday, August 8th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're unable to attend the live webinar, the course will be archived on your members page for you to view at your convenience. Outstanding TFNN products at substantial discounts with a free webinar. Now that's a great way to celebrate your trading independence. Go to the Tiger store and purchase your Tiger Dollars now.
Direction Shares Leverage ETFs fuse the benefits of exchange-traded funds with the innovation you expect from Direction, providing investors with opportunities to magnify their short-term perspective, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. Direction Shares, ETFs to the power of X. To learn more about Direction Shares, click on the Direction banner on the front page of TFNN.com or call 866-476-7523. There is no guarantee that the funds will achieve their objective. The ETFs are not suitable for all investors and should be utilized only by sophisticated investors who understand short-term trading, leverage risk, consequences of seeking daily leverage investment results, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. An investor should consider the investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information and can be obtained at directionshares.com. Please read the prospectus carefully before investing. Distributed by Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Great Basin Gold is an international gold mining company with 2 producing mines in the world's most prolific gold mining areas, the Hollister Gold Mine on the Carlin Trend in Nevada and the Burnstone Gold Mine in the Wits Basin in South Africa. The Burnstone Mine is a low-cost, long-life, shallow mine that is a company builder, and the Hollister Mine is one of the world's highest-grade ore bodies being mined today. Burnstone offers a huge re-rating potential by producing in the 4th quarter, and Hollister represents a tremendous and very exciting exploration opportunity. With annual production of 165,000 ounces of gold in 2010, 260,000 in 2011 and 330,000 ounces of gold in 2012, Great Basin is poised to become a leading mid-tier gold producer. Great Basin Gold has resources of over 13 million ounces, exceptional organic growth potential at its current mines, and greenfield operations in Tanzania and Mozambique. Great Basin has strong management and a commitment to deliver exceptional value and cash flow to its shareholders while acting responsibly toward its surrounding communities. To find out more about Great Basin Gold, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the American Stock Exchange, symbol GBG.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, don't forget, every day, right on the homepage of TFNN.com, the Great Panther Summer Silver giveaway is going on every business day between now and Labor Day. And all you have to do is register right on the homepage at TFNN.com for your chance to win a beautiful silver coin, a daily giveaway every business day between now and Labor Day. That's the Great Panther Summer Silver giveaway. Let's take a look at some gainers today. We're going to have to talk about Netflix because this thing is just going gangbusters again. News earlier today is that the company is expanding its streaming video and TV service to Latin America, which should present nice growth prospects for the company. Shares are benefiting as a result, up 8% or so to $289.29. It's interesting with Netflix. I mean, this is a stock that has made a major price move, as you can see in recent months. But what's interesting is that this stock is coming out of a pretty rare base today, a base called an ascending base. And I learned to recognize an ascending base during my years at Investors Business Daily. And as you can see on the chart, Netflix had a breakout back in late January. And then after that, it staged 3 pullbacks. Each pullback was between 10 and 20%. You can see each low was higher than the prior low, and that presents another possible entry point over a swing point of 277.70. So you had a good solid technical breakout from an ascending base today. Netflix just does not want to die. You have to remember that Netflix, I mean, there really is a fundamental story going on here with Netflix. Full year profit this year is expected to rise 50% from 2010, and annual earnings next year in 2012 are expected to be up 47% from 2011. Now, 82 times trailing earnings, 44 times forward earnings. Not a lot of people are going to be interested in buying a stock all the way up here, but Netflix does have a growth story that probably justifies this high valuation. Big volume in the stock today, so that's good. So we do have a winner for the Great Panther Summer Silver giveaway. Her name is Christine Smeltzer from Bordertown, New Jersey. We try to get winners online, and we just tried to make contact with Christine, but she is not answering the phone. Christine, if you're listening, give us a call during the show, and you can claim your beautiful silver coin from Great Panther Silver. 877-927-6648. Christine Smeltzer, the winner, Great Panther Silver Summer Silver giveaway. beautiful silver coin, give us a call. You can claim your prize. And don't forget, folks, just register right on the homepage for your chance to win. So that's a look at Netflix. Again, a real solid day for that stock. Again, shares up close to 8% to 289.29. It is a counterintuitive buy up at this price level, but it is important to recognize that this is a good ascending base breakout today. Also wanted to take a look at Java Holdings. That's ticker JVA. This is another stock that just does not want to quit. Let's see. I know I have Java in here somewhere. Maybe I don't. Let's just pull it up then. It's ticker JVA. And Java Holdings, they basically sell coffee beans to, roasting shops, coffee shops. They sell roasted coffee to supermarkets. Real small company here. Market cap of $110 million. A very low float of 2.8 million shares. But you can see its weekly chart. You had a good, strong breakout about 5 weeks ago here, and the stock has just continued to run higher. As a growth investor, one pitfall that you want to avoid is chasing a stock when the train has already left the station. And the train has already left the station with Java. You see a nice little base that started to form here between March, April, May, and then it broke out of that base. So your buy point was just over, $8 a share, thereabouts, a little over $8. And now the stock is all the way up to $18.86, up close to 8% today. So the lesson here is don't chase an extended stock. This stock is going to continue to pop up in growth screens, and it's going to tempt you because it just doesn't go down. And frankly, there is a pretty good growth story with coffee holding company, JVA. I mean, they do show nice acceleration in sequential revenue growth. Return on equity is solid. So fundamentally, the stock really doesn't look all that bad at all to me. They are selling a lot of product, and this is not, it is a speculative play, but at least there's a fundamental story driving growth here. However, the stock is extended, and that's one of the worst things you can do as a growth investor is to buy too late, because invariably you're sitting on a loss before you know it. So we'll take a look at some more gainers when we come back, folks. Breakout Investing with Ken Shreve. We'll be right back.
Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
Now we have our winner, William Lorman from Wilmington, Mass. William, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Hi, Tom. Thank you very much.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Oh, we've got Jason Spears. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Great Panther Silver Giveaway here at TFNN. I'm so pleased you called in. Made my day.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Through Labor Day, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. One lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins.
Right now, we have our winner, Joe Picararo from Wakefield, Mass. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Hey, long-term fan. Listened a long time. So, yeah, big fan.
I know that voice, man. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for more information. Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway. TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Great Basin Gold is an international gold mining company with 2 producing mines in the world's most prolific gold mining areas, the Hollister Gold Mine on the Carlin Trend in Nevada and the Burnstone Gold Mine in the Wits Basin in South Africa. The Burnstone Mine is a low-cost, long-life, shallow mine that is a company builder, and the Hollister Mine is one of the world's highest-grade ore bodies being mined today. Burnstone offers a huge re-rating potential by producing in the 4th quarter, and Hollister represents a tremendous and very exciting exploration opportunity. With annual production of 165,000 ounces of gold in 2010, 260,000 in 2011, and 330,000 ounces of gold in 2012, Great Basin is poised to become a leading mid-tier gold producer. Great Basin Gold has resources of over 13 million ounces, exceptional organic growth potential at its current mines, and greenfield operations in Tanzania and Mozambique. Great Basin has strong management and a commitment to deliver exceptional value and cash flow to its shareholders while acting responsibly toward its surrounding communities. To find out more about Great Basin Gold, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the American Stock Exchange, symbol GBG.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Quick check on the markets here. About 30 minutes to go in Tuesday's session. I'll tell you, if there's any question about how strong this market is acting, we had that headline about an hour ago where Moody's downgraded Portugal's long-term government bond ratings to junk, saying that the company could very easily need a second round of financing. Stocks, fell. And they've bounced back. The Dow is now up about 13.5 points to 12,596. NASDAQ outperforming nicely, up nearly 12 points to 2827, and the S&P 500 up a fraction to 1340. So it looks like another good day taking shape for the markets. We'll see how things play out into the close. Also wanted to take a look at Athena Health, ticker ATHN on the NASDAQ. And again, if you're watching Tiger TV on Channel 1, on the homepage of TFNN.com, you can look at the chart along with me. But this is an interesting move today by Athena. Shares are up about 4% to 43.80. Very good volume in the stock today. So you're seeing a bit of an anomaly. A lot of stocks have been rising in very light volume. We're in the summertime. Typically don't tend to see a lot of volume, but good volume in Athena Health today. And the chart is interesting because what you have here is a potential double bottom pattern forming. And in the double bottom, you can see it has the appearance of a letter W, and you have the second leg down in the base undercuts the first leg down. So you get this the sellers shaken out of the stock. And of course, the less sellers there are in a stock, the easier time it's going to have eventually staging a technical breakout. So this stock is still too early to buy. It does need to complete the base, which means that it's going to have to break out over its level of resistance right here at 47.96. So there's good accumulation going on as the right side of this base is forming, but I still would want to see this stock prove itself more by breaking out with conviction over 47.96. There you'd have a double bottom breakout on your hand. Now, Athena Health is a medical technology company. They basically provide a service that automates and manages billing-related functions for physician practices. And fundamentals are very solid at Athena Health. You've got solid top line, bottom line growth in recent quarters. Another high multiple stock, but Full-year profit in 2011 expected to rise 27% from 2010. In 2012, annual earnings are expected to rise 33% to $1.08. So the healthcare industry is using this company's products, has a market cap of $1.5 billion. Technically, it's looking pretty good. Like I said, it still has more work to do to complete its base, but I'm encouraged by the volume in the stock today. Again, it's outperforming nicely, up about 4% to 43.80. So that's a look at Athena Health. And let's see, what else do we have going on here? I think I mentioned Under Armour last week. Let's take a look at another look at Under Armour today. This is a stock I'm pretty keen on right now. I don't own it in the model portfolio, but there's a lot to like about Under Armour, so we'll take a look at the stock. It's outperforming again today, up about 3% to 81.37. This is an interesting chart here because you have the stock. I mean, you technically have a breakout today where the stock took out its prior high, and I think what could happen here is any time a stock breaks out over the high on the left side of the base, it's always good to see a little bit of a shakeout. We talked about that possibility happening in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 as they approach some resistance levels. Under Armour broke through its prior high, but if we were to see some selling come into this market sooner rather than later, what you would probably see with Under Armour is you'd see the stock drift lower, and what it could possibly do is form what would be called a high handle in a cup with handle pattern. And the high handle would basically be the time where sellers exit the stock. You like to see handle areas form in light volume. In other words, you don't want to see a wave of institutional selling as the handle area forms. But if the handle area forms, you could see another entry point with Under Armour. So this is a good watch list. We'll be right back, folks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
Welcome back, folks, to Breakout Investing. Ken Shreve with you for the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. So we just took a look at a chart of Under Armour. I think this is a stock that still works in this market. Obviously, we're going to need the uptrend to continue. We're going to want to see more buyers come into this market so these technically healthy stocks can continue to move higher. But there's a good growth story behind Under Armour. Great company, great brand, great stock. Sometimes you have a great company, great brand, and a not so great stock, but Under Armour fits the bill in all three categories. Very similar chart to Under Armour is a company called Carbo Ceramics, which I know I've talked about on the show before, but I'm going to continue to talk about relevant stocks that are working, that I believe have the potential to deliver additional gains if certain criteria are met. And you can see a chart of Carbo Ceramics here. What this company does, very unique. They make ceramic proppant that is used in the oil and gas industry for the process of fracturing. Fracturing is when shale is sort of cracked. It allows natural gas and oil to move more freely in natural gas and oil wells, and Carbo Ceramics is well positioned right in that industry for growth. And like I said, very similar chart to Under Armour. It took out the left side of its base today, hit a high of 169.92. Shares are recently trading around 168.76, up about 3.2% today, outperforming again. This is a similar situation where ideally I'd like to see a handle area form here. I'd like to see some sellers get shaken out. It's working on 2 straight weekly price gains. Maybe you get a little shakeout here. Not a steep shakeout, just a downward drifting handle in light volume, and there you could get a good solid entry point for Carbo Ceramics. And really the same thing applies to another chart I like in the market right now, and that is Intuitive Surgical. Fundamentally, I'm not in love with this stock, but it does have a lot of positive qualities. You can see a good solid technical setup here. It too recently took out its prior high of 377.84, and these are some high-priced stocks here, but there are pretty good growth stories as well. In terms of fundamentals at Intuitive Surgical, you do have some decelerating sales growth in recent quarters, which isn't a deal breaker because growth prospects for the company's Da Vinci robotic surgical system still look pretty good. But typically you hear me talking about accelerating sales growth in recent quarters, and you have the opposite at Intuitive Surgical. But technically it looks very strong. Let's see if this stock can also form a handle area, and I'd be more prone to think about nibbling at this name if it forms a handle. Volume has not been that impressive in this stock. It's sort of been moving higher in recent weeks without a lot of volume showing. So I don't think I put Intuitive Surgical up here. So there, Intuitive Surgical should be showing now on Tiger TV. And we'll see. So we have Under Armour, Intuitive Surgical, and Carbo Ceramics, 3 stocks that continue to look very strong technically. Fundamentals pretty good in all cases, and may get another opportunity in these names in the not too distant future. Also wanted to take a look at Open Table. This is a former leader. Open Table does not have a chart that looks like Carbo Ceramics, Intuitive Surgical, and Under Armour. But the stock is up. Stock is up big today. OpenTable is a provider of reservation services for restaurants. It basically automates the reservation process. Great growth here, bright growth prospects. But you can see much different chart here. Really steep correction off of its recent high. It fell below its 40-week moving average. Stock is up big today, almost up 9% to 89.83. But not a stock I'm interested in buying down here. And the reason is that OpenTable still is going to have a lot of overhead supply to work through as it works its way higher towards the 115, 120 price level. Again, shares are around 89.83 right now. The stock really got smacked by a lot of institutional selling starting in May. Damage like that usually takes some time to overcome, and there were a lot of people that bought this stock on the way down. So as the stock starts to rally, the people that bought over here are most likely going to sell and just break even on their investment, and that's the whole concept behind overhead supply. So I'd be careful with OpenTable here. Had a lot of people talking to me today about this stock and saying, hey, why don't you buy it here? It's in rally mode, and I would much rather wait for a stock to complete a base before buying too early. I just feel like I'd be buying too early here, and that's just part of my rule-based system that I use for my ultimate growth stocks model portfolio. I like to buy stocks when they're coming out of bases, not when they're coming off of bottoms, and that's just a personal preference. I know that some people can buy off of bottoms pretty well. Personally, I just like to wait for bases to complete before buying. So let's look at OpenTable, and finally, let's take a look at Jazz Pharmaceuticals. This is a very interesting company. Jazz Pharmaceuticals is another stock that's forming a nice base here, and let's just take a look at it. Its prior high of 34.97. Shares are recently trading around 35.49, up 2% or so today. So it is outperforming nicely. There is a nice fundamental story at Jazz Pharmaceuticals. This is a company that makes specialty drugs that treat narcolepsy, obsessive-compulsive, social anxiety disorders. A lot of drug makers can be very speculative. They may not have bottom line and top line growth, and that is not the case at all with Jazz Pharmaceuticals. Very big earnings growth in recent quarters, solid top line growth as well. This is a stock in a good base. So again, similar to some of these U-shaped, cup-shaped patterns that we've looked at, you could see a handle form here. If the market starts to come in, you could see a handle area form in Jazz Pharmaceuticals, and you could get a nice entry point here. So let's look at Jazz Pharmaceuticals on the NASDAQ, JAZZ. So there you have it. Bleeding a little bit into the close here. The Dow down 18 points to 12,564. NASDAQ up 8 points to 2824, and the S&P 500 down 2.5 points to 1337. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. To help you celebrate your trading independence during the month of July, we are offering you a unique opportunity to get all of the TFNN outstanding products at a substantial discount and to receive access to an exclusive webinar that you can only get with this offer. If you purchase Tiger Dollars during July, you will automatically be registered to attend my live webinar at no extra charge. During this one-day webinar, you'll spend 5 hours in the TFNN virtual classroom learning the 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader. The live one-day webinar, 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader, will be held on Monday, August 8th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're unable to attend the live webinar, the course will be archived on your members page for you to view at your convenience. Outstanding TFNN products at substantial discounts with a free webinar. Now that's a great way to celebrate your trading independence. Go to the Tiger store and purchase your Tiger Dollars now.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make. Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Vista Gold. For more information, just click the Vista Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Ken Shreve with you. Breakout investing on the TFNN radio network. Really not much at all in the way of economic data this week. We do have the ever always important jobs report on Friday, as I mentioned, but coming up tomorrow, we have the latest reading from the Institute for Supply Management Services Index for June. It's expected to come in at 54, down slightly from 54.6 in May. And last week we did get a couple of really solid manufacturing readings from the ISM Manufacturing Index. That came in much better than expected. And also the Chicago Purchasing Managers Index, the PMI, also came in much better than expected. But the economic data this week, it's really all about the jobs report coming up on Friday. In terms of earnings, very quiet as well. Just a handful of companies are reporting, but Thursday looks to be a pretty busy day. I have a chart of Helen of Troy up at Channel 1 on Tiger TV. Technically, a very strong stock. You can see a recent breakout over a swing point right here of 33.63. Right now, shares are trading around 34.89, only about 3 to 4% past that swing point, so arguably not extended. I think buying a stock so close to earnings, of course, is fraught with risk, but Helen of Troy does have a good track record of growth and is what I consider a high-quality stock. It's a distributor of brand name personal care and household consumer products. The consensus estimate is for a profit of 79 cents a share, a 29% increase from a year ago, with sales up 63% year over year to $260.2 million. And again, you had a good solid breakout for Helen of Troy last week, and let's see, the stock is doing a good job. Only one day into the week of trading, but it's holding tight just down 10 cents today, so there does seem to be some optimism about the numbers that Helen of Troy could deliver this Thursday. Also, let's take a look at High-Tech Pharmacal, another name that many of you may not be familiar with, but another high-quality company here. It's a generic drug maker, good, solid technical. I have a note on the chart here to watch for a technical breakout over 29.17. Shares are at 29.71 right now, so it did break out. Volume so-so, but again, a stock that's acting well ahead of earnings. The company is expected to show solid growth with quarterly profit up 27% from a year ago to 70 cents a share. Sales should rise 19% to 48.2 million. That earnings report is also due on Thursday. Congratulations once again to Christine Smeltzer from Bordertown, New Jersey. Christine was today's winner for the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway. Don't forget to sign up on the homepage of TFNN.com. We're giving away a beautiful silver coin every business day between now and Labor Day. Also, don't forget Ultimate Growth Stocks, my new newsletter and model portfolio at TFNN.com. You can sign up for a trial right on the homepage. I launched the letter in late April, and doing well, buying some good growth stocks. And again, I use a combination of fundamental and technical analysis when evaluating a stock. So fundamentals matter to me, and then I also like to buy stocks that are showing relative price strength in the market. I target the strongest price performers in an industry group, not the weakest ones. That's a big one. I rarely average down in price, and I also scale into positions. So I typically will start small, and if it works and the stock continues to tell me that it's working, I will average up in price and build out a position that way. So it goes maybe a little bit against conventional wisdom for people that like to average down a lot, but averaging up, I think, is the way to really maximize profits. So I'll see you back here on Thursday, folks, for another edition of Breakout Investing with Ken Shreve. That'll be Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks a lot for listening. We'll talk to you then.